need for urgency here. The world leaders come to Glasgow knowing full well that it is pollution causing planet Earth to get warmer. The effects of this climate change are already happening in front of our eyes, at home, in Europe, and around the world. This is the arena where the great and the good will negotiate, but the warnings from scientists could not be clearer. The time for talk is over.
This has to be the first action COP. Money being spent, electric car infrastructure being implemented, renewable energy capacity being built all around the world. So this is the COP that has to be all about moving into or accelerating the decade of delivery.
Is it hindered by the fact that the leaders of China and Russia are not coming here? I mean, without those players at the table, is any deal worth the paper it's written on?
Well, of course, the countries will be here. They'll have big delegations here. They'll be participating fully in the negotiations.
But the leaders staying away?
Yeah, of course, it's disappointing.
More than 100 world leaders are coming, along with 30,000 delegates and hundreds of thousands of protesters. Greta Thunberg was at a march in London today, but she too is on her way to Glasgow. Environmentalists are done asking. They are demanding now that world leaders kickstart a green revolution.
We know what to do over the next 10 years. We need world leaders now to sign up to progress over the next 10 years. And Glasgow then can be remembered as the moment that tackled the short-term problems, not just the long-term.
6 years ago, it was a Paris COP that secured a breakthrough. Nations agreed to cap global warming, setting a goal of keeping it to 1.5 degrees Celsius. But the world is still getting warmer. A Glasgow agreement will be about moving faster to cut out coal, switch to electric vehicles and curtail deforestation. The richest countries are also being asked to raise a $100 billion a year climate fund for poorer nations. And that money matters to the countries most vulnerable to climate change, like the Marshall Islands. Their climate envoy is in Glasgow to make the case for her people.
We're looking at the complete loss of all of our islands. We're looking at the loss of land that ties us to who we are as a people. And we're looking at the loss of our very existence. The Marshall Islands contributes like 0.00005% of the world's global emissions. It's nothing, and yet we're the ones getting hit first.
So this is why the richest countries have to put their hands in their pockets?
They have to, because we did nothing to cause this, and yet we're getting hit the hardest. That's completely unfair.
Those with the power to fix this will be in the same room here, and they do agree on one point at least. Our planet has a climate emergency, and the stakes could not be higher. Now, the whole world is watching. Peter Smith, News at 10, Glasgow.